Hey, okay, so this is a special message for somebody that contacted me on social media about them going through this awakening process. And I wanted to do a message because it's easier for me to message this way, but I can't always answer questions through text or whatever. I'm always willing to help. I totally understand what you're going through. Um, there's a video, I don't know which video of yours or that you've watched of mine, but there's a video of me that says you're not going crazy. And I literally thought I was going crazy. I was like, this is just, it's weird. It's weird, and you can't explain it to anybody until they go through it. So people are going to think you're going crazy. I am very lucky that my husband is not very much of a religious man. He has gone to church with me. The only church I really connect to here in Austin, I live in Austin, is a church called Gateway Church, and their slogan is "Come as you are, just don't stay as you are." And it's really kind of, I say a hippie church, but it's a really nice church. But it's just basically, it's just the message. It's not about all the other judgment. And so he's gone to those things with me, but he never like really resonated with any religion. And so I started to meditate, and I guess my third eye opened, which I did not know what was going on. But he mentioned it to me. Like, he was like, something's different with you. And I was trying to like go, I was like, yeah, something is different with me. And I didn't really fully understand it until I started looking into it. And then I was able to go to my therapist and sit down and go, so this whole thing of your third eye opening and, this spiritual awakening is an actual thing. And I went to her and was like, hey, I feel like I feel people's energy, and there's certain people I can't be around and certain things that I can't watch. Like, this is all new to me. And she was like, well, you're probably empathic. And in some of these videos you'll hear, 2 years ago, I went to this like popular psychic here in Austin. And I had remembered in all this that she had told me that I had these psychic abilities. Like, I just had different things that I could do, and I had totally forgot about it. Like, I just didn't think about it until all of it hit me, and I was like, oh shit! Like, let me find this paper that she said. So I feel you. I'm lucky that I have some very supportive people, but I felt alone, and I felt like I was going crazy. And I felt like I needed support around me, but I asked for it. There is something that has come to my attention a while back, is you have to literally give your angels permission. So I would sit one day and I gave him permission. I was like, I give you permission to guide me in any way that you can. And I need you to help me with this whole life thing. And you have to give them permission. From what I understand, they're like sitting around like on a smoke break, just waiting for you to call on them. And so that's why the synchronicities happen. And there was too many of them to be coincidental. Like, at first, every once in a while I'll see 1111, but there's just too many all the time. Especially when I'm going through some stuff, I see these numbers like crazy, and it was just too much. It was too many songs. It was too many people calling me. It was just everything was way too coincidental. And I started seeing these roadmaps. If you watch some of my past videos, I get a lot of roadmaps. I say it's roadmaps, and understanding why people are in the situations that they're in, or what could solve the situations. And the same thing happened to me. Like, I just started to see, I really saw that life happened for me, and I understand how everything came out to be good. And I really could see it. I could see it in my mind's eye, and I could see energy. I could see energy for a couple years now. A couple years back, somebody said, I don't know where I got it, but somebody said something about seeing energy. So I would look in the air and I could see it. I could see like these little sparkles of light, and I always could see it. And now, yesterday when I was going through a little bit of stuff, it's like I'm laying in the bathtub, and I could see, it's almost like a screen. It's weird. It's like I can see like it's just, you would know if you're going through it. You kind of know if you have that ability to see things, because I can see, hear, and feel things. I don't always know how to use it all. I'm trying to like figure it out. I meditation to me is huge. I will say it in a lot of videos. I think it's very important to meditate in the morning, at night. For me, I get messages. I get pictures. I just get feelings. I don't know. I don't know why it all happens, but it does. And I just want you to know that you're not going crazy. Another good tip for me was starting to go to places that had a good vibe almost. Like I would go to, I'm in Austin, so it's Keep Austin Weird. So there's lots of cool like hippie places here. So I would go to places that had crystals and crystal shops, or I would go to Whole Foods, or I would go to the Natural Gardener, and I'd run into these people that are just like just kind. And it just it made me not feel alone. And I would also look up a lot of videos on YouTube about the spiritual awakening. And that helps you not feel alone too. Because it helped me be like, okay, I'm not going crazy. There's people, this is happening to a lot of people. And then I started to share it with my friends. And I had a few friends, like, it started happening to them. And then I had a few people on social media that reached out to me and said this happened to them. And when it first happened to me, there was just an overwhelming feeling that somebody that I wasn't close to on social media, I was friends with her through that, but wasn't super close to, that she would know what I was talking about. Don't know why. Don't know why I knew this. I just did. And so I messaged her and was like, hey, this has happened to me. Has it happened to you? If it hasn't, forget everything I said. And she was like, no, it happened to me 2 years ago, and kind of explained it to me. So, I mean, all these things really helped me. So I really encourage you to like, I know it sounds weird, to go into like, try to look for crystal shops. And if you're around people that are very religious, I get that they don't understand. And I said that in a message. Like, the only reason they don't understand is because they're not living your life. And when you can understand that with everybody, nobody's going to understand me really, because they're not in my shoes. And they're not seeing and hearing and feeling what I'm feeling. So they're not going to understand. And just like I wouldn't understand why the reasons they've done things, because I'm not in their shoes. So you kind of have to give them grace a little bit. And I don't want to say keep things to yourself, but you can listen to your higher self. With my husband, again, I was lucky. And he did say a few times, he was like, you're getting a little weirder and you're not getting help for it. And I was like, fool, I'm in therapy. And I tell my therapist about this stuff, and she ain't giving me medicine. She's going, okay. And my therapist is very smart. She's not somebody like crazy. Like, she's very educated. And I love that. She will not tell me to do anything, but she will guide me, and she will let me know the science behind things. And so my husband said the same thing. And I'm not, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm saging and I'm meditating, and I ain't doing any spells or anything. So I was like, whatever, dude, And luckily too, there was a few times it was weird. Right when this all happened, my husband woke up in the middle of the night, and he talks a lot in his sleep, and he didn't wake up fully. He just lifted his head and he said to me, I'm in a different dimension, but I will always love you. And it was just like bizarre. And then one time we were downstairs, he was completely awake for this. And when I was trying to kind of explain things to him, but he's still on the fence. But he said, I get more than you think I get. We're in a play. We're in a play and we're playing a role. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I just stopped the conversation. And there's some videos in the past where I explained how I reconnected with my mom, and my mom really understood what I was going through and had gone through the same thing. So I am very lucky. The biggest thing that I did, I think, that helped me, I will link a video below from Erin Doherty. I like Erin Doherty and Lenore Alexander. And there's a whole like bunch of people that are explain these things on YouTube, and I would use a lot of their techniques on what they would do, and I would apply them to my life, and they would work and they would help. But I will link two videos. One is a meditation. It was for me more about like my image, because I had a very low self-worth, and I did this meditation for 3 days, and all of a sudden my third eye opened. And I just was meditating because I didn't know this shit would happen to me. So I'll link that video below, and I'll also link, and I still listen to that meditation a lot because I have to work on self-worth a lot. And I will link a video of his morning routines. One thing I really think that helped me is I wrote down this description of what I wanted in my life. And it was just like, I'm a wonderful, wise woman. I'm free of all fear, guilt, and shame in my life. So it was like stuff like that. But one of the things I put was, I have a wonderful relationship with my husband and my son. I surround myself with people that cheer me on and that support me. I say that every morning and every night. And whenever I felt like I was really lonely, I said, I surround myself with people that cheer me on and support me. And it was like magic. I thought that I would go crazy or nobody would understand me and everybody would think I was nuts. And they didn't. I mean, I'm sure some of them did. But I am lucky. I live in a really good cul-de-sac and I have some neighbors, and I would explain things to them and they were just intrigued. And they wanted to know a little bit more, and they just understood me. And I was really afraid that people wouldn't understand me. So I really encourage, this video. It's a morning routine and an evening routine. You don't have to do everything that he does. I literally listen to one of his meditations in the morning, and I listen to different things at night. And I get up before I pick up my phone, before I do anything. I have these 3 pages of things that I read. And it's just things that, I want to see in my life, that I see in my life. It's a list of gratitude. I mean, it just sets your day off. And when you start to know the science, I always say the science of the brain, when you're in the theta state, which is in the morning and at night, 30 minutes when you wake up and 30 minutes before you go to sleep. And you have to be very careful about what you're putting in that brain. And so I think it's very important to do these things first thing in the morning. It's helped me. It's helped me tremendously. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. And anytime anybody that sees this video and y'all want to reach out to me, reach out to me, because I'll do my best to give you any points and tips and to make you feel like you're not alone, because I felt the same way. And that's what I mean, let me tell you something. When all this happened to me, and I said this in a video not too long ago, I just knew it was bigger than me. And I knew that all the religions were saying the core thing that religions say, all of the motherfucking religions are saying that it's about love and it's about compassion. And I really believe that, my mom said the other day, I thought it was funny. She said the Jewish religion, I don't know if she said it was sin or judgment, but she said the Jewish religion created sin and the Catholics perfected it. And I think a lot of religions will put this just fear and guilt and all this stuff. And I just don't think it's about that. God, I mean, I know I hate to say this because it seems so weird, but God is love. It is what it is. It literally is love. It's love and compassion and understanding, and all the other stuff isn't God. So if your religion is saying something else, then that's not, to me, it's just not true. I don't feel that. And I've been that way since I was a child. And when I came out of this whole, I keep saying came out of this, but whenever I started this whole spiritual awakening journey, I knew it was about love, and I knew that it was bigger than me. And I knew that I had to start filming videos, which I was already doing before, and I didn't know why, but I had to do it beyond my comfort level. I knew that I had to help somebody. I knew that I would reach out, people would reach out to me. I just knew it. And I didn't know how it was all going to unfold, but I just had to do it. And I'm not saying that that's your path, but I encourage you to find whatever your passion is, because it's going I can't wait to make a video. I can't wait to put stuff out on social media, because I just know that it helps people, because they keep coming to me. And I ask for that too. I'm like, please give them the strength to come to me and let me encourage me, because I'm still working on self-confidence. I'm not super confident all the time, but I'm trying to rock this here. But anybody that ever needs, a high five, or to let you know that you're not alone, because you're not. This is scary, and a lot of things happen, and not every day is great. You are addressed with a lot of things that you have been pushing down, and traumas that you have been pushing down, and you realize that you have to walk through these traumas, because at the other end of it is everything that you ever wanted. I mean, I say it over and over in every video, I've seen my son progress. I've seen my marriage progress. I've seen my body progress. All I wanted was to help people and to connect with people and coach people. And I get it all the time. I get messages. I get it. I'm literally getting what I asked for. And so I just encourage people to walk through your fears. Just walk through them and do it with compassion and love. And no matter what, you'll feel good at the other end. But yeah, hit me up if you have any questions, if you need a friend, if you need to talk about things. I'll give you all the suggestions I have and what has worked for me, because I'm just going through this too. I'm going through it, and I'm doing my best, and I want to help other people go through it. So I hope this helps.